Hey, this is Novelty. Just kind of wanted to talk to you guys for a minute. I want to talk to you guys about negotiations. Okay, I know y'all wondering where am I going with this, but follow me on this journey, okay? So have you ever went and bought a car? When you go buy a car, do you buy at the sale price that's, on the ticket and marked? Or do you go in there and do you haggle with the salesman and say, hey, throw in this and I'll pay this, drop this down, and we got a deal? Do you negotiate? If you don't negotiate with a car, do you negotiate anywhere in life? I negotiate at Walmart. If it don't have a price on it, I start with, hey, no price means it's free. And then somewhere between me and that representative I'm talking to, we come to an agreement. That's worked out well for me in a couple of places. I got some weights for $5 that would have normally been like $60 because they didn't have a price on it and they didn't know what to do. So they just sat there and negotiated with my silly butt. And yes, I get real silly. I did it at Micro Center as well. The guy asked me how much I wanted to pay for a computer. I told him, well, look, I don't want to pay nothing right now. I give you $10. And he literally gave me a computer for $10. Now, granted, it wasn't a high-end computer. It was just a small computer that he knew was going to die within the next year or so. I just needed it for a small thing, though. So it met my purpose. But I negotiate. Okay. Parents, do you negotiate? Do you negotiate with your children? Do you look at your children and say, hey, curfew is 11 o'clock. You in here on time. And then that kid come to you one day and say, Ma, Dad, you know what? This party, I want to go, but it's not over till midnight. Can I go? And no, you cannot go. And oh, come on, please. So-and-so's going to be there. Everybody going to be doing this and that. And I don't want to be the only one. So what? I don't care if you're the only one. You're not going. And then they look at you with those eyes that make you think of that little bitty baby that you held in your arms 14, 15, 16 years ago. And they look at you and they say, Ma, please. And at that point, you just get into that mode of this is the person that I live for. This is the person I die for. I'd do anything for. How do I say no? I want to give them everything they've ever wanted. How do I say no and turn that little face into a sad face? And so you break a little and you say, okay, maybe not midnight, but 11:30. And then you sit on the edge of your chair until they walk through that door at 11:30. You negotiate. We negotiate in life. Life is a negotiation. Nobody ever gets everything they want all of the time. And it is a rarity for anybody to get everything they want, period. It's a negotiation. Life is a negotiation. You don't get to the end of the road by snapping your fingers. It's a journey. You got to get there. So when you look at politics, it's the same thing. It's a negotiation. Yeah, you may want equality and peace on earth. You may want the 1%ers to spread all the wealth across the globe. You may want all of these beautiful things in life that sound right and seem right and seem like they shouldn't even be things you have to want. But you live in a world where you don't get that. You live in a world where, unfortunately, that's just not the way it is. So how do you get there? You can't snap your fingers and get there. You have to take the journey and you have to negotiate. If you don't want to be a politician, then you got to find somebody who wants and believes in the same things that you do, who's maybe even walk the walk, a walk at least as close to you as possible. You got to get there and you got to find somebody to get there with, to get you there. Okay? You go for that and then you start voting. And when you are left with an option of two candidates that you don't like, then you have to sit there and you have to say, okay, this is the thing I like about each candidate. This is the thing I hate about each candidate. These are the things that they are going to affect change on immediately. These are the things that they could possibly affect change on eventually. And then you have to stop and you have to say, okay, what is most important to me? Is it most important that I got 100% quality right now? Is it most important that all the 1%ers are spreading their wealth so everybody's comfortable right now? Or do I accept something smaller in order to start heading in that direction? Which candidate do I choose? How much of this candidate is against what I want, is against what I foresee in my future, and is going the total opposite direction of me and what I want? How much of this candidate is going in the right direction? How much of this candidate is going to get me to the next level, if not get me to where I'm trying to go? And then lastly, what do I have to lose? What can this candidate bring to the table that will push me further back? What do I have to lose, and which one is going to at least affect the loss the least? These are the things we got to think about. These are the things we got to look at. No candidate is going to be 100% perfect. No candidate can ever sit down and just be for women's rights or gay rights or black rights or brown rights. No candidate can do that, because this is America. And we fortunately live in a very diverse country, full of different cultures, full of different backgrounds, religions, ethnicities, all of that. So no one leader can lead for one particular set of people. They have to lead for everybody. So understand that and start making decisions based on that. Participate, participate, participate. This is a democracy. A democracy does not work if you don't participate. Stop falling into that comfort zone of my vote doesn't count. Oh, if I don't show up, it doesn't matter. Because it does matter. It matters. Get up, make a change, make a difference. And then after you leave the polls, make changes in your community, make changes in your neighborhood, make changes with your family, with your children, with their children. Remember that it's always somebody out there looking up to you. Always. My nephew is 8 years old. His 2-year-old little brother looks up to him. Somebody is always looking up to you. You're a role model, whether you want to be it or not. You are. Lead by example. The only way we're going to get better is if we do better. The only way change is going to happen is if we make it. Anyway, that's all. I just wanted to say that, and I'm out. Peace.